On this episode of the Virtua Press Box, we are back again. Hello. We will go over the NHL and NBA playoffs. Everybody's celebrating. Philadelphia got swept, and Philadelphia's out in both sports. It's even better now. Me and Nick will do our yearly MLB expansion draft. We normally do it before the month of June. It's May 12th. You're gonna get it now with two new teams. Um, and then I will tell everybody about my experience of seeing Bruno Mars in person. And last but not least, we will have our Gimme 5 of 5 cities and 5 leagues. So, city and league together that you will not expand to. But first, before all of that, let's hear from Nick about W Energy.
That's right. When it's time to pay the bills around the virtual press box office, it always comes back to W Energy Drink and their patented jitter-free formula. We've tasted it numerous times. They have so many different flavors to choose from. My personal favorite is the Tiger's Blood, but again, find your own. That's what W Energy is all about, finding what works for you. No matter what flavor you go with, if you do a trial pack, they come with their own shaker cup. But when you get to checkout, the main thing is use our discount code to get 10% off. That's VPB2023. That's for the virtual press box, and you will not be disappointed.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Virtual Press Box live and in color this week.
Yeah, it's a new day, as they say, for the virtual press box. We've talked about this for a while, and tonight's the maiden voyage of the video podcast for virtual press box. So it's pretty cool, and I'm sure we have our our souvenirs and stuff in the back, and I'm sure
Our personalities are alive and well right now.
and I'm sure like I know you're wearing your Los Mets jersey. And rocking Spaceballs, and every week it'll be kind of fun to see what we both bring to the video. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, it's a new day for Virtual Press Box.
it is. It's been a minute. Nick, how are you doing?
Good. It's been 2 weeks now since or actually 3 weeks since we've all had a show. I think 2 weeks
Just
ago,
me
I think I did.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, I did the one by myself. Last week, life got in the way. For me, just kind of a regular week, nothing big going on. But for you, turned out to be a pretty cool week off
It
from the virtual
was.
press box.
It was amazing. Me, my sister, and my girlfriend went to go see Bruno Mars in Nashville. We were in section 314, row U, and in the second opening act, before Bruno Mars hit the stage, my sister went to get her phone from the charging station, and I went with her, and we heard a worker talking about giving upgrades. And I went up to him and was like, "Hey, man, what's up with this?" And he said, "Well, I'm upgrading people to floor." And I was like, "Whoa." He was like, "How many people you got with you?" I said, "Well, it's just me, my girlfriend, and my sister." He goes, "Let me see what I can do for you." Literally unzips a fanny pack, hands me 3 tickets. Like, it says Bruno Mars, the Romantic Tour, floor. And he has us 3 Nissan Stadium bands. And we go down the elevator and we go to the floor. And it was beautiful. 25 songs. It was about 2 hours long. It was great. It's nothing like it. Man, I'm blown away by that experience still. Like, I'm still like watching videos that I recorded.
So the videos you sent, the pictures you just posted, or I think Olivia posted actually.
Yes.
Yeah, it looked like phenomenal. And then you guys actually made it on the night that it didn't rain, right?
Oh, it rained a little bit. It rained.
Little bit.
It was only one night in Nashville.
Okay, so it was the night that it rained.
Yeah, it was only a light drizzle. Like, it was
Okay.
nothing bad.
Not like Taylor Swift with the monsoon.
2 hours away. No, but it was cool. Like, it was only a super light drizzle. The only time it picked up a little bit was conveniently whenever he sang "It Will Rain." So that was awesome. But it was super upbeat. Everything was about it was just amazing, and
Oh, that's
like,
pretty cool.
yeah, like
Now,
the
was that your sister's first concert?
yes, she loved it. That's her
Oh,
favorite singer.
well, and she just got spoiled on any concert in the future 'cause
Exactly. I wouldn't know who she would want to see anymore now. She saw her top act for years. She was begging me. She was like, "Hey, take me to Las Vegas so we could see him in his like play in Vegas."
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I'm not taking like a 14-year-old girl to Las Vegas with me just for a concert.
Well, not only did she see her top act, but she saw her top act from the floor.
Yes, it was a whole
Yeah.
man. It's fantastic. Growing up, I never really understood like concerts and stuff because like the music I listened to growing up was like Aerosmith and Van Halen, and I never got to see either of them. And as I became an adult, I started listening to my own music, and my first concert actually was last year in August, a show I missed. I saw The Weeknd, and this year I saw Bruno Mars. So I guess I have a thing for seeing Super Bowl acts.
Well, I don't know. Like I love music. I've grown up loving music. My mom, my dad both were loved music and listened to it all the time. Completely different genres of music that they like. So we got a little bit of everything growing up. And I'll be the first to tell you that hearing music live is not the same as hearing it as you would hear it through your speakers, through your
Yeah.
headphones, whatever. It's obviously it sounds better from the studio because everything's been worked out. Whereas in person, it's not about hearing how amazing the song is. It's the environment, it's the arena, it's the crowd, it's the stuff they do on stage, it's the graphics and everything. That's it's just a cool atmosphere. So yeah,
It adds to it. There
yeah.
was a song that they did an instrumental to, Versace on the Floor, and they played it on the saxophone, and everybody was singing it, 70,000 strong. But here's the kicker, Nick. For many people that don't know, if you park at the Music City Center, which is right
Mhm.
across the street from Bridgestone, it's
Yep.
a 15-minute walk to Nissan Stadium. Not that bad, especially for $25 parking.
Yeah, downtown, right in the middle of downtown Nashville.
Exactly. And you literally walk across Veterans Bridge. Here's the kicker. They're doing construction in front of Veterans Bridge.
Oh,
Getting across Veterans Bridge to Nissan Stadium was not bad. When this concert was over, and you have 70,000 people leaving, took 32 minutes to cross that bridge. Now, Nick, there was scalpers selling shirts of Bruno Mars. There were people stopping in the middle of traffic to take pictures with Nissan Stadium in the background.
Yep.
Because, of course, there's
Right.
literally spots you could get off of the walkway and take pictures. Nobody was doing it. And then, in the middle of it, there were even hot dog vendors with little griddles
Yeah.
with the gas plugged in. And I looked at him. I looked at him and I said, "Is this really fucking necessary?"
So one day we're going to have to do a gimme five about the 5 most irritating things at a live event. Because one of the things you just mentioned, we talk about all the time. We love going to Disney World, Universal Studios, but people lose all concept of reality and decorum whenever they're out on vacation, evidently, because
Yeah.
nowhere in your normal everyday life would you be walking in a crowd and just stop to look at something, to look at your phone, to look at a map, to talk to the person next to you, whatever it is. In real life, like you said, look with taking the picture for Nissan in the background, you would step off to the side.
Mhm.
Everybody knows that. But no, when you're at an event like that, people just lose all sense of reality. And like, no, I'm just going to stop right here in the middle of this 70,000 massive humanity trying to leave the stadium. And it's like, who cares if they have to walk around me or bump into me or whatever?
Exactly. And what makes it worse, at the bottom of Veterans Bridge on the Broadway side, they have it 4 pieces of chain link up to where you have to walk out the sides.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are we serious? And like I'm in the middle of a chain link holding on to Olivia and Daniela. I'm holding on for dear life so I don't lose them.
What's the hangover Bangkok has them now? Let's get lost in that sea of people.
Yeah, it was just like come on. And leaving the stadium wasn't bad. Like,
Right.
I mean, it was different. Like, I've never been on the floor of Nissan Stadium, never touched the grass of it. That's the closest. Well, actually, no, it's not the closest. I did a Titans learning lab my senior year of high school, and we got to actually go into the Titans locker room and stuff like that.
So say if you ever want to do something pretty cool and it's free, every year for the first round of the NFL draft, the Titans open up Nissan Stadium.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can go down on the field, you can go in the locker room, you can go up the ramp or through the tunnel and everything. It's a pretty cool. And then I think every fan who's ever been to an NFL game should do it because you can stand on the field and look up at the seats that you would normally sit in and realize, okay, yeah, there's no way in hell they can hear a word I say.
No,
no
you
matter
can't.
how much I scream.
Yeah, like you could be like, oh, screw you, Tom Brady, yada yada, and you're in 319 double Z, where you're back against the red fencing. No one is gonna even care what you talk about.
Yeah, it's not second row at the Sounds Stadium and Joey Weimer's fighting with the umpire. That one, everybody can hear it. So
Yes, especially with nobody there that game. It was the hottest day of the year. The last day for the minor league baseball played before the All-Star break, and Joey Weimer is complaining about getting rung on a call and ending and a half ago.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm wearing a Sound shirt, but don't complain for no reason. But I made amends with Joey Weimer.
He actually had a pretty decent spring and started
he was
on the big roster.
He was like 12 for 12 for the Nationals.
Yeah.
But let's get back on track. It is time to talk playoffs.
Wait. For everybody's catching us for the first time, first we got to do the socials. Where can they listen to us? Where can they find us?
That's correct.
Let's throw it to you, given the pitch about all of our socials and where the Virtual Press Box can be found.
For everybody that is looking to find the Virtual Press Box on social media, it is Facebook at Virtual Press Box, Instagram and TikTok at virtual.press.box. And to listen to the Virtual Press Box, we are on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts under Virtual Press Box.
And there's the first horn. So now it's time for segment number 1, which is the playoff roundup. So we'll start hardcore. And I guess you can't talk NBA and not mention what happened today. It has nothing to do with the playoffs.
No.
But it's probably something that we probably could have said at the beginning of the show, but I think saving it for now when we're talking about the NBA makes a little bit more sense. But it's never a good thing. And this doesn't happen very often, that an active major league player, whether it be baseball, basketball, football, very, very rarely does an active player pass away. Usually it's someone who's been out of the league and so Memphis Grizzlies, you probably know a little bit more than I do as far as.
Brandon Clark. He's their swing forward / center. He plays all three, three bigger positions. And he got pulled over last month in Arkansas with controlled substance. They didn't say what the substance was.
Right.
He got arrested, obviously. And today, Shams, the lead analyst for ESPN, tweeted out that Brandon Clark has passed away today at 29.
Man, 29 years old. Literally, obviously, you've made it to the NBA, which, I don't care what pro league you're in. If you're in any of the pro leagues, I don't care what number you are on the roster, you're one of the elite
Exactly.
athletes. And the money is good. I don't care if you're making league minimum. Money is good.
Oh, he had a decent contract. He had a decent contract on him.
So, you hate that a young life like that cut short. And there's no easy way to transition off of a tragedy like that
No, I
to
mean
what's going on.
we could mention the few tragedies that we didn't talk about. John Sterling passed away, the legendary voice for the Yankees. He did the Braves and I think the Islanders as well, or the
Okay.
Rangers, one of the two. We had Ted Turner, who revolutionized baseball's broadcasting and wrestling itself.
Honestly, you could say Ted Turner is indirectly responsible for WWE's Attitude Era.
Yeah, exactly. And then Bobby Cox passed away, the most recognizable Atlanta Braves manager of all time. He's been ejected 162 times in his career. Enough for a full season. I was there for a few of them. Once he gets ejected, first off, look, it's cool to have somebody have a man once your coach has your back
Right.
and gets in the umpire's face. That's awesome. But to see it in person, it's really cool. As a Mets fan, I'm like, you know what? Get his ass out of here. No one wants to see him. But of course, he's doing it to get his guys riled up. He's doing it to get the crowd into it. Because I think I was there for 2 ejections of his career. And he got ejected the first time, and the entire place erupted. I'm like, you're cheering your coach getting ejected. And then of course, I come to realize, oh, of course it's Bobby Cox, that's his thing. He's not afraid to get into your ass. So,
Right.
give his guys a jolt. But I will say this, with as legendary as a coach that Bobby Cox was, the Braves should get a permanent patch for Bobby Cox on their jerseys.
That's not a bad. That's actually. I was trying to think of a way they could memorialize him because just for me, from my perspective, not a Braves fan. I know you're not a Braves fan by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
But he is one of those guys that, to me, has been synonymous with baseball my entire life.
Yeah.
As long as I've been alive and coherently following sports, he's been part of it. Like he's just been one of those guys that's been there. So I think if you're, man, what a tough. Now that we put them all back to back like that, what a tough time to be from the Peach State. Holy cow! Ted Turner and Bobby Cox and Sterling called Braves games.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sterling called his Braves games in the 70s.
Yeah, that's a. Whew.
It's crazy.
Wow.
We can talk about this, though. I'll cheer everyone's feelings up. The Flyers and the 76ers out of the playoffs. They ain't raising no banners this year, baby.
Yeah, there's a mutual hate for all things Philadelphia between the two of us and most of our co-hosts as well.
Yeah.
Actually, I think all of our co-hosts as well. So, and the fact that not only are the Flyers the first ones out of the second round of the playoffs, but they were swept too.
Swept. Broomage. And then the Sixers get the brooms by the Knicks. Now look, I'm not a Knicks fan. I want to see New York basketball do good. Mainly, my dad's a Knicks fan, so I want to see him happy with sports. And also the team that ousted the Celtics. I don't want to get into that. Jesus.
But I also think, just real quick, I think the Knicks are one of those teams where the league is better when they're good.
Yes.
Same thing with the Celtics. The league, NBA, the association is better when the Celtics are good. It's just, as much as I hate the Lakers, same thing. Now, speaking of which, and sweeps and brooms. So the NBA saw another sweep last night.
Goodbye, Lakers. Dylan Brooks was sitting courtside, iced out, sipping on some drink, praying for the downfall of Sir LeBron James. Looking like a villain.
So where right now with the NBA, where are we currently sitting?
We have the Wolves and Spurs. They're playing now. I'm not too sure what the series is at. I will look really quick. And then we have who's in the Pistons and Cavs. That series is tied right now.
Okay.
I don't know what to think with
the Pistons. I mean, for a team that literally was right up there with Oklahoma City as far as just the top in the NBA all season long, they almost fell on their face in the first round of the playoffs.
They have no secondary scorer. It's literally Cade Cunningham and a bunch of guys. You have Jalen Duren, who averaged 20 and 10 in the regular season, and in the postseason, he's averaging like 9 and 7, and he's due for a supermax this offseason.
It's always a dangerous game plan because the second he goes cold,
yeah,
I mean,
The last night the Cavs went on a 23-0 run to start the third quarter.
wow.
Yeah. Right now, the series with the Spurs and Timberwolves are tied 2 apiece, but the Spurs, with 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter, are up by 20.
Okay.
Did you see how Victor Wembanyama got injected from his last game?
Yes.
Now, Nick, I want to. If that was Luke Cornett, who was the backup center for the Spurs, if that was a random forward on either team, that's a 1-game suspension, correct?
Yep.
That's
Now you can make the argument, and I'll make the argument that the NBA also knows they're on life support as far as fandom and eyes on the product goes. They're not taking one of their most recognizable stars out of a game, and not unless he flat out punches somebody in the face.
no get elbowing Nas Reed right in the throat. Come, that's
I mean, now you're talking to a guy that grew up with '80s NBA. Where an elbow was just Bill Laimbeer gave out elbows for Christmas. I mean,
that's his greet. That's his welcome card.
Yeah, he elbowed his wife at their wedding. I mean,
yeah, there's a book literally called Jordan Rules for a reason.
Yeah. So I mean, I know what you're saying, and you would like it to be uniform. Now, as long as they stick to that the rest of the playoffs, and every other star gets the same pass, then I'm good.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, like Jimmy Johnson once said, talking to one of his guys, what do you do if Troy Aikman falls asleep in a meeting? Well, you turn the lights down, give him a pillow, make sure he's comfortable. But if the backup quarterback does it, he's looking for another job.
Yeah, like there was Bill Belichick was talking to Bill Parcells about Lawrence Taylor showing up to practice late, and he told Bill Parcells, "I started practice late," and he's like, "What?" Or he started a meeting late or something like, or he started a meeting without Lawrence Taylor. He's like, "Why the fuck would you do that?"
So, anything else newsworthy NBA playoffs before we?
Not playoffs, but the lottery's out.
Yeah. I am super excited to see who the Bulls trade their guy for a couple years from now. Can't wait for the second picks they're going to get for him.
Oh yeah, the second rounders for 2036.
Yeah.
But the first pick goes to the Wizards. They have Trae Young. They have Anthony Davis. They have the first overall pick. They have Alex Sarr. That's not a bad group. They're open to taking calls to move back because it's a deep draft. It's a really good draft.
It's one of those. It's a deep draft, but not a superstar heavy draft.
You have AJ Dependance, Darren Peterson. There's Carlos Booth, or not Carlos Booth. One of his sons.
Boozer's son, yeah.
The power forward, not the guard. The guard went to college for one more year.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of good guys.
It's a very deep draft. It's a draft that has a lot, but there's not a Zion Williamson. There's not a Cooper Flagg.
No. There's the Jazz at 2, which I'm intrigued by. I like that for the Jazz. They went all in at the deadline. They traded a lot of their extra picks for Jaren Jackson Jr. and to swap salaries. And they also have your boy Lauri Markkanen still.
As I said, plus they have the next Dirk Nowitzki ready to break free. So,
that man has been in purgatory his entire career. I don't know what he's done to the basketball gods to piss off everybody, but he's been in so many trades. You guys got him for almost nothing from Cleveland, or to send him to Cleveland. Yeah. What'd you guys even get for that? Do you remember?
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, and then
they screwed it up. So,
and then he's in the Donovan Mitchell trade. He's the key piece going back. And then you have the Grizzlies at 3. I'm curious what they'll do especially with them trading off Bane and Jaren Jackson Jr. and now John Morant with whatever's going to happen there with him. And then 4, your Chicago Bulls. 5 was supposed to be the Pistons, not the Pistons, the Pacers. The Pacers traded that pick. It was unprotected until spot number 5, and conveniently pick 5. The Clippers come on.
So the trade they made last season looked like a good
mid-season for Zubats, yeah.
Right, a great center, one of the best centers in the league, something they really needed. But now when you look at how it stacks up because they lose that pick, now you're like, now it looks terrible.
Exactly. And they also gave up I think it's a 2032 unprotected pick. If you're sending 2030 picks unprotected, you're crazy. And that's malpractice. I'm sorry. Six is the Brooklyn Nets. They fell back. If you're Brooklyn at this point, what can you do? You had 5 first-round picks last year, and literally GMs were like laughing at their 5 first-round picks this year because none of them played too well. You got Michael Porter Jr. As a salary dump. He got a 2031 first, but like that's it. The Kings at 7. What are the Kings going to do? The Hawks are at 8. I'm intrigued by this one because this is the pick that they got from the Pelicans last year when Joe Dumars was doing malpractice. And then the Mavs at 9, Bucks at 10, Golden State at 11. The Thunder are at 12 with the Clippers pick, still from the Paul George trade. Jesus Christ, I feel like I was still in high school when that trade happened. And then Miami and Charlotte rounded up.
Okay.
And that's it for the NBA.
So that means it's time to lace up the skates and hit the frozen pond that is the NHL playoffs. So, as I said, we've been gone for 2 weeks. So, in that last 2 weeks, round 1 has ended.
Yes.
No real shocks in round 1. You had the Canadiens upsetting Tampa Bay. I guess might be the biggest.
I was surprised. Canadians did it on 9 shots on goal.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the least amount of shots on goal to win in a game 7.
So you had Buffalo beat Boston, which glad Boston's out. I hate Boston. We just talked about Montreal beating Tampa Bay. Montreal, for a while there, looked like they were going to be the team, that momentum team that happens every year. I think we've talked about this off air. I think that's transferred to another team. We'll get to them in a second. Carolina made very short work of Ottawa. Philadelphia, yes, they did beat Pittsburgh, but we all know what happened in round 2. We'll get to that in a second. Colorado, by far and away, probably the best team in the league all year long. And all they've done is turned it up another notch for the playoffs.
All I gotta say is if the Preds made the playoffs, it would have been a different series. The Preds beat them twice. They beat them in Nashville. We were in person for in a shootout, and then they beat them in their own barn in Colorado. That's a big deal, but
it is. But that didn't happen. So Colorado sweeps LA. You had the Minnesota Wild taking out Dallas, the other upset in the first round. Vegas taking out Utah, which I still think one of the best sweaters in all of sports. Second only to Chicago. I love the Mammoth sweater.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'm a huge fan of simple and clean looks.
What about their Zamboni? The Mammoth Zamboni.
Oh yeah,
that's nice. Cool. Did you see what they did for their first playoff game? Their big promotion.
Oh, the trade-in.
With the trade-in. Yes.
Yeah,
they got almost 1,000 sweaters.
So that means that just tells you how fair weather the Vegas Knights fans are.
That's what it was. It was a stab at Vegas Knights fans.
And that's one of the problems you run into in a town like Vegas where it's not an established fan base. And
they gave him a gimme with here's all these good players in this supplemental draft.
And the thing is, for example, we talked about the Mammoth. Their fan base though is established. People don't move to Salt Lake City.
No.
I mean, either you grew up there or you got transferred there for work. But more likely you grew up there. Whereas Vegas is such a transient town. That's why the attendance is a little weird. That's why I still don't understand Sacramento
athletics.
The athletics. But then the last game of the first round, you had the last series was Edmonton being upset by Anaheim. Connor McDavid, again, one of those things where the Ducks literally, hockey's a little different because it's such a team-based sport and the goalie plays a lot in it, but still, if McDavid's not on, Edmonton has nothing else.
No. McDavid called him out. He called him out in the presser.
And then so far in not round 2. Yes, round 2.
Yeah.
Right now, you have Buffalo ahead of Montreal, 2-1, and 12 minutes to go in Game 4, and Buffalo's winning 3-2. So, Hurricanes swept Philadelphia last night. Can't say that enough.
I saw the Hurricanes play in person, and they were a whole new breed of hockey.
the Hurricanes are fast.
Very. Oh my gosh.
Buffalo seems like it's just kind of like that weird team of destiny thing where they don't do anything great. They just do a lot of things really, really good.
Yes.
Plus, they seem to have like history on their side for some reason.
Yeah.
Colorado's the other team we talked about. They're up 3-1 over Minnesota, 3-1. They play tomorrow, game 5. I think it's just a matter of time before Colorado puts them away.
Did you see the high sticking that
Yes.
that Big Sexy took yesterday?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. That was crazy. You literally hit somebody and he pulls you down and he's just jamming you in the head with the butt of the stick. Michael McCarron did not deserve that.
And then what's probably the best series as far as most competitive is Vegas and Anaheim tied 2 games apiece. Game 5 will be a little bit later tonight out there on the West Coast. So to me, with who's left, and it kind of goes with who I talked about when I did the preview for the NHL playoffs, I still think it's going to be Colorado and Carolina. Those two, they seem like they're on a collision course in the finals. It's hockey. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's going to be a bloodbath if that's the case. It's going to go 7.
It's hockey, so anything can happen between now and then. But those two teams just seem like they've been the momentum keeps carrying them to the finals. I think that's what
for a collision course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious what would the Panthers be doing if they weren't riddled with injuries all year long?
The Panthers, what, 2 straight conference finals or 2 straight Stanley Cup finals?
3 straight finals, 2 straight Stanley Cups.
Yeah. So, that's one of the things that's we talk about the difference between the NFL with a short season and the NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL with such long seasons. That's the one thing that I think makes it so heartbreaking when your season ends, especially in the playoffs, for those things, because you put so much work, so many days. The season is so long. We talk about the NHL. The postseason in the NHL is like a whole other season. And then for it to end, and then for Florida, like they just could not get anything going. As soon as they got some momentum, another injury.
Yeah.
Momentum, another injury. Momentum, like they just could not help it. It was nothing they were doing.
No, it's the literal season from hell.
Right. So it just makes it so but you still have to go through the grind. Like, even though it's not going to happen, it's not going to work. You still have to keep putting that work in, and that's what makes it just so tough. I'm not a Florida fan by any stretch of imagination, but you just hate to see, especially a team that's been so good and has been so good for so long now to go out like that. I mean, it's one thing if they just don't play up to their potential. It's one thing if their heads get too big or something like that, or they make some bad moves. But it's another thing when it's just fate. Like, it's just like, hey, just not your year. It just ain't going to happen.
We could also say fate with the lottery that just happened with the NHL. What does Vancouver have to do? You get embarrassed all season long and you end up losing pick number 1 and pick number 2. They gift wrapped those first 2 picks for Toronto and San Jose.
Yeah, but you know what? Look, I love the NFL model of rewarding the bad teams, keeping it competitive.
Mm-hmm.
But with all the crap that's happened in the NBA, and sometimes what's happened in the NHL too, there's not a bad argument in favor of rewarding the good teams. Like, the higher you finish, the better pick you get. That you really want to stop tanking for the most part, that's how you do it. And Vancouver has been terrible. Okay, they've been the Chicago Bulls. Hey, as a Bulls fan, they bad move after bad move. Like, every time they make a move, people are like, well, what the hell are they doing? Like, this makes no sense. And so this is where they find themselves. And it's almost like, well, like, we've been so bad, you should reward us. Well, I kind of like the fact that they didn't get rewarded.
Yeah. You were hoping you went up. I think, you guys pick number 4 now?
Yeah, I think Chicago's pick 4 in the NBA NHL.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that. The MLB does lottery now.
Really?
Yeah. They changed it, I think, right after COVID. But it's like, if you're not in the top 6 or the top 10, and if you're over the luxury tax, you automatically get docked 10 picks, like 10 spots.
Whew.
So, like last year, the Mets were supposed to be pick 19, but because we were over the luxury tax, we're pick 29.
Okay. See, I don't know. The luxury tax is a whole other. That's a whole other show. We could talk about the luxury tax and salary caps in general for pro sports.
The luxury tax in the NBA is like, sure, spend it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, actually, whenever that show does happen, we can also throw college sports in there because there needs to be a salary cap for the NIL as well.
There needs to be a cap on NIL, and there needs to be a cap on transfers.
Wait, stop. Let it happen. I mean, how can you not love Chelsea Dagger? I mean,
I
come
hate
on.
it. I hate it.
So
First
much
off,
better than that Tim McGraw crap.
no, it's not. No, it's not. Not at all. Not at all. All right. I'm so dedicated to being a Preds fan now. Whenever I go to my next game, I might bring a fucking catfish with me. Why not?
Oh, you would. You'd be one of those people that sneak that stinking, rotting, dead fish into whatever.
It's better. Would you rather throw a catfish on there or an octopus like they do in Detroit?
Hey, both places are classless. I don't know what you want to tell. I mean, like, when you have some sophistication, you come to the Windy City.
Sophistication? The Windy City? Nick, how many, what was the record number that Chicago did a few years ago for, like, the most of weekends in a row with a murder? Like, what are we getting at here?
That's a certain part of Chicago. That's not where the United
Chicago
Center is.
Chicago is Chicago. United Center's not in a good part of town. Don't even give me that.
It's not as bad as Lower Rate Field, or Rate Field, or whatever the hell it's called now. Comiskey is what it should be called.
They tell you, if you're leaving, leave now. No hanging around. And then you have that cesspool in North Chicago. Cesspool. Cesspool.
You're talking about the Mecca of baseball.
Mecca of baseball? That stadium is in Boston.
That thing's a rat-infested green nightmare is what it is.
Oh, like the fucking ivy isn't nasty either?
No, the ivy is what heaven's made out of.
Oh, okay. And the baskets, you have to have baskets for home runs, for cheap gimme home runs? Is that how Sosa...
Have you ever seen the story about the baskets? What happened?
No.
Because I don't know if you know this, but the outfield wall is only 11 feet tall. So what happened was when they originally built Wrigley, there were no baskets. Mm-hmm. And of course, people in Chicago like to drink. We know that. Whenever they go to other visiting stadiums, they sell out of beer for a reason. So Cubs fans would get plastered out in the bleachers and would walk along the top of the fence, the concrete wall. They'd walk around, just literally walk and dance and joke around and be drunk on top of the thing, and then would fall into the field. There's actually videos and photos of Cubs players like Ernie Banks helping people back up into the crowd, like giving them a boost to get back up into the bleachers.
That's nauseating, and you cheer for that shit.
So because of that, the city of Chicago, Major League Baseball, and the Cubs said we have to do something. So they came up with the basket idea, and that's why the baskets are there. Now, does it help with the home runs? I mean, I guess.
Is that how Sosa got 70?
I think most of his home runs were away from Wrigley Field. So,
with an illegal bat?
None of those bats were tested, as far as I know.
We saw that one bat shatter.
That was like 2 years later. That was.
Oh, come on! He still hit home runs like nothing.
What happened? Don't give me that. He did that summer so naturally, and he couldn't. He was chasing that high.
Oh, natural.
So yeah. A cork bat after that, and steroids. And,
Okay. You know. And Barry Bonds just ate vegetables in adulthood, and he ballooned up.
Well, his problem was he didn't ask where the vegetables came from. He didn't know what they were tainted. Like, who knows what Publix does to their vegetables?
Okay. Yeah. All right.
But, we're talking Diamond. So that means it's time for the annual Virtual Press Box Major League Baseball expansion draft. So if you're tuning into this episode or this type of episode for the first time, what we do is we both create a new franchise, city. We even do logos, which we'll put up some photos of the logos here on the show here in a second. But, we do full thing, city, mascot, the logos. Go ahead.
There's a catch. There cannot be a minor league baseball team in that city.
Right. So it cannot. It could have had one previously, but not currently a minor league baseball team. So you couldn't use Nashville, for example.
Can't use Vegas. Can't use none of that.
Right. Can't use Indianapolis. No, you can't.
Indianapolis is one I almost picked, and I forgot they had the Indians.
Yeah.
But the first team I did was the Winnipeg, Manitoba Moose. Little did I know, there is a minor league hockey team with that exact same moniker. I thought
It's funny playing NHL and looking at the rosters and finding trades, and you look at the minor leagues, you're like, wait a minute, this is a legitimate team. So yeah, it's almost like the Toronto minor league. What's it called? Team.
Oh, the Toronto Baseball or the Canadian Baseball League. If you looked at it, it's like all within like a 5-mile radius of each other.
Yeah,
like they're all super close. There's 9 teams, and the Toronto team is called the Toronto Maple Leafs. Not in hockey, but for baseball.
But completely ripped off the hockey.
Everything. And the reason why that caught my eye was because in a baseball group I'm in, someone shared their lineup, and Yasiel Puig is playing for them now. So he caused enough ruckus in the Caribbean. They say, brother, go up north.
So I think so. You had Winnipeg, Manitoba Moose.
Yes.
First year, and then the second year was
the Oakland Fishermen,
which was kind of a jab at the owner of the Oakland, Sacramento, Las Vegas Athletics.
Yes.
So
you've done Montana.
I did the Orlando Sharks first.
That's right. Yeah.
And then last year was the Montana
Rhinos.
Yeah, Montana Rhinos. So I don't know how many rhinos there are roaming around Montana, but
here's the kicker: you did no dome.
No dome in Montana. That's right. Spring training is going to be a bitch.
You will play a home game. It's like mid-June.
Yeah, nothing like snow on the mound for opening day.
Yeah, it's crazy. But here's what leads us now. Nick, where are you expanding to?
Everybody in all the major league sports wants to go north of the border for some reason. And I get it. Canada's a beautiful place. We know a mutual friend of the show that came from Canada, made his name up there in the world of professional wrestling before he came down to the United States. But what's not to love about Mexico City and Mexico, Cancun, like the beaches, don't drink the water, but the tequila and the margaritas. I mean, come on. So I'm going Mexico City. That's me.
Okay.
Not to mention, let's be completely honest, most of the Major League Baseball rosters are made up of guys from Latin America. So why not just move a team closer to Latin America? It makes sense to me.
Well, that's why they do a series there every single year, the Mexico City series. And there's always like a crazy amount of home runs because the elevation is higher there than Colorado.
Yeah. And it doesn't snow. So
no, it's going to.
Well, unless you're talking about the cocaine, but Mexican snow is different than Colorado snow.
Exactly. What's your mascot?
I went with I wanted to find something that was true to Mexico, something that was part of the culture, and there was a couple different things to pick from. I'm a huge fan of the Sugar Skull and stuff like that. I love when the Sounds do the Villanuevas, Latin America time. So I went with something that was mythical and true to Mexican culture, and I went with the Chupacabras. So Mexico City Chupacabras.
All right.
Or as you said when you saw my logo, the Velociraptor.
It look, whenever you guys see this logo, it looked like a Velociraptor, okay?
All right, and so what about you? What city are you expanding to?
Well, Canada is a big place, as you said. And we have a team in Winnipeg now. We have a team in Calgary now.
Okay.
Calgary Outlaws.
Calgary Outlaws. Nice. Hopefully they're better than the Flames. So you went Canada, you went north of the border, but didn't go back to Montreal.
No. We'll get into that later.
Now, people who don't know the geography of Canada, which is probably a lot of people, Calgary literally is on the complete opposite coast. It'd be like LA versus New York, essentially. Mm-hmm. Calgary is on the complete west coast of Canada.
Yep.
So I know when people think Canada, they think Toronto, they think right above New York, they think about Montreal. No. We're talking like a whole continent away, essentially.
Yeah, we're talking like way over there.
Yeah, essentially, right? Think of where Seattle is. They're just north of Seattle.
I almost did Vancouver, but there is a minor league baseball team in Vancouver.
Okay.
So
now, what Outlaws? So did you go? Are you talking like Old West Outlaws? Or are you talking like?
yeah, old West Outlaws. We're not talking like people that like illegally cross borders outlaws. But
whoa! Taking a shot at Mexico City already. Wow.
Got to stand my ground.
Okay. So how are we doing? Who gets first pick? How are we doing this? I think we should go whoever's major league team has a better record right now.
We did that last year, Dick. I get first. I'm going first this year. I haven't went first in either of them.
Well, I would tell the Mets to be better. I don't know what to tell you.
Screw you. How about that? I'm gonna start this off with some grit here. I'm going starting pitching with Cam Schlittler.
I had a feeling he was going to be popular. So okay,
he's breaking records that Yankees haven't done yet as a starting pitcher. That says something.
That's not a bad one to go with. That's a solid ace to have up your sleeve.
Also, side note for everybody that is now joining this realm of this is not how they are as a player for their entire career. This is based on their stats currently.
Right. This is this season.
Yes.
Not their potential, not what they could be, not what they did last year.
This season in a nutshell.
Right. So it's a very small sample size. We get that. But we have found that this makes it a little bit more interesting because you have guys that have hot starts that maybe you didn't plan on, and you kind of because there's a lot. I'll be honest. There's a lot of names I skipped over when I was making my roster and my backup options. A lot of household names. I was like, damn, I can't believe I'm not putting this person at this position.
Yeah. it's a weird season for baseball this year.
So I'm gonna see your starting pitching, and I'm gonna go starting pitching too. I got you got to set that rotation right away. I'm going. I'm taking him off of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim from California, just by San Francisco. Jose Soriano.
Soriano's had a great start.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. When I started looking at the stats so far, I was like, wow, like his stats are solid pretty much across the board. Not like he just pops out.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up for you, pick number 2.
I'm going to get someone that would anchor the 9th inning, and that's Mason Miller.
Damn it. I almost took him first. I was like, I literally.
I was thinking, do I take Mason Miller first?
I was going to tell my sound guy to get the corn line queued up because that still is one of the. I've watched that video a million times, and I'm not even a fan of the Padres or whatever. Could not care less about San Diego, but that video is amazing.
It's awesome.
All right, so you just stole the first steal of the draft.
Of
course, a Mets fan would steal, but I am going to go. You know what? I know it's kind of cliche to take him, but I need somebody to anchor the lineup. I need my power hitter. I'm going to go Aaron Judge. I mean, until he's not the best hitter in baseball overall, I'm going to keep taking him.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to take a second baseman now.
Okay.
I am taking.
Go ahead.
Xavier Edwards from the Miami Marlins. He is batting .322 this year, 4 home runs, 14 ribbies. I don't care about home runs or ribbies. Get on base. I have a fantasy drafted team for MLB The Show, drafted all 93 players. I have Xavier Wilson and Jacob Wilson. Xavier Edwards and Jacob Wilson, shortstop, second base combo. I literally just won a game earlier today with 12 hits, all of them singles.
Calm down, Billy Bean. All right, let's. Yeah, he gets on base. I know you got to go.
I'm going to tattoo that.
All right. So I thought you were going to do what you would normally do and do a dick move, and when you said second base, I thought you were going another route.
Stop it.
I want power. You know me. I don't care about I do have one guy on my roster that I'm hoping to get that is based on speed and what he can do on the base paths. But for me, it's all about power. It's about hitting. I'm going to live or die by the long ball. Screw the small ball. Screw the singles. I want the big hits. I'm going to take my DH off the board, and I cannot believe I'm drafting somebody from this team. But Chicago White Sox, Munetaka Murakami
DH?
as my DH.
Wow, he could play first.
I know. I have another first baseman in mind, but yeah. I think, again, that guy is, I know he's boomer bust. I get it. He does strike out a lot. But, I mean, him and Aaron Judge back-to-back in the lineup, you can't pitch around it.
No. No, you cannot. I have Murakami. He's done great for me. Trying to think where I want to go next for my team. Trying to get ideas, trying to think. There's a lot of different ways I could go here. But I think I'm going to bolster my rotation some more.
Okay.
I'm going to take the best pitcher that has been breathing for years now.
Ah, here we go.
I got to take him. I got to take Jacob deGrom. 3-2 this year with a 2.62 ERA. He has let up one earned run or less in over 50% of his starts of his entire career.
I almost took him out of spite, but I didn't even put him on my roster.
Right here. Mr. deGrom. He just came off his base, so I got to fix.
Is that his Texas uniform, or is that?
Okay. Funny man.
I try. All right, I'm gonna stay on the. I told you I was looking for somebody who had. You know what? I'm gonna keep with the. I don't know. There's so many ways to go. You know what? I'm going based on just the guy's an absolute stud in the field, gets on base, and he's got speed. He's kind of the complete package at shortstop from Cincinnati, Ellie De La Cruz. I mean, he's a guy that just he can do whatever you need him to do.
Did you see who he was caught having dinner with last night?
No.
Scott Boras.
Oh. I mean, look, you can hate Boras all you want as a fan, as whatever. He gets his guys money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he gets himself money, too. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure once that came out, every single Reds fans grabbed at their heart.
I'm sure every person in the Reds front office grabbed at their heart.
They're like, whoa, now.
All right, so next up for you.
Next up for me is the shortstop for the Miami Marlins, Otto Lopez. Lopez. Nick, you're not paying attention to this. 4 home runs, 17 ribbies, batting .344.
Okay. Now, my backup option for shortstop was C.J. Abrams from the Nationals. To me, has had a great start to the year. But Lopez, I mean, never realized you were such a big Marlins fan, but okay.
I like these two players only. Don't get cute about it.
All right, so I need to go. Let me see. I need a third baseman. I want somebody who's got a little pop at the plate, but more importantly, I want somebody that can handle the hot corner. I'm gonna go down to your buddy deGrom's teammate down in Texas, Josh Young.
Young, okay. All right, so that leaves me with a starting pitcher, 2 relief pitchers, catcher, first base, third, whole outfield, and DH. All right, this should be fun. It could go many, many different ways here. This is tough. This is always fun because you have to.
Who's the next outlaw?
Yeah. Trying to think here. I think I'm going to take Rico Garcia. He is a reliever for the Orioles, and he's having a breakout year. I have him in fantasy baseball, actually. Uh, he gets a lot of holds for them. He just recently got a save because they really don't have an established closer, but he has a .47 ERA with a 3-0 record in 19 innings.
Okay. Okay, yeah, the relief pitcher one, I'll just tell you, was the hardest one for me just because obviously you're looking for closer, you're looking for saves, ERA, that kind of, The relief pitcher, though, it's can they eat up innings? Can they how are their holds? What is their ERA? It's just, and then you have some guys that their holds were super high, but their ERA is like a 5.
Yeah, like the guy from the Reds. Yeah, I dropped him. I cut him recently. Yeah,
there's 2 guys from the Reds that are pretty good. One though was like what you said, his ERA was sky high. I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
He leads the league in holds.
Yeah. So, all right. So the next Chupacabra, who's coming south of the border with me? I need to go back to. I got to have a starting rotation. As I said, we already have Jose Soriano. You know what? I'm going to make somebody that's part of the Virtual Press Box family pretty happy. I'm going to go down to the ATL and go Chris Sale.
Just don't wear a pullover jersey. He'll cut it up.
But I need a veteran presence in my staff. Sale's a little bit on the older side, but
he just won Cy Young a few years ago. So, all right. So catcher, I'm going catcher right off the rip. Shea Langoliers.
He was my first pick for catcher.
11 home runs, 22 ribbies, batting .336. Come on.
First Sacramento A is off the board.
Well, I'm sure they are just dying to hop in the next plate.
Okay, so I can wait on that. You know what? I want for second base, I'm not worried about the pop. I'm not worried about the big home run numbers.
There should be only one player you take at second base.
He gets on base. He's a gold glover. He's a glue guy. And he's my guy. So he's the guy I thought you were going to screw me over with earlier. And that's from the north side of Chicago, Nico Hoerner. And actually, I could have waited and taken him because you've already taken your second baseman, but that's how bad I want him.
I could have taken him. I could put him at DH. I could have been a dick to you. Put him at DH.
But yeah, Hoerner, on top of being my favorite current Major League Baseball player, I mean, you can't, again, gold glover, glue guy in the locker room, gets on base, can do some pop with the bat if he needs to, but he's the definition of a veteran presence.
Mm-hmm. Exactly what you want.
All right, Calgary on the clock.
Calgary is on the clock. And I think I have a theme cooking up here, but I don't know if I want to waste my DH spot on this player. I think I'll wait. I think I'm going to fill out.
If you're gonna go Marlins, Gary Sheffield's not available. So.
Oh yeah, thanks. I'm going to go Mickey Moniak for the Rockies.
He was my first pick for left field.
Batting .303, 11 homers, 21 ribbies.
And honestly, Colorado, they've been such a joke for so long now. They have kind of just been quiet, like not on the radar. And he's a guy, again, when you look at the stats, take out all your preconceived notions of the team, just look at stats, and you're like, damn, this guy's pretty solid.
Yeah. He is good.
Okay, so I need center field, left field, first base, catcher. Still need both relievers, closer. So I need quite a bit. But I'm going to go. I'm sticking with my north side guys. He's another guy that is just too electric on the base paths, has some power, and is he's a wizard in the outfield. I could have gone another route for center field if he wasn't hurt, just because he's one of my favorite players of all time. But I'm going to stay with taking another guy from the good guys, and that's Pete Crow Armstrong in center field.
Okay. Good guys.
Despite what Drake may think of him.
Ooh, very controversial, some might say.
No, I think most people would say Drake's take on him.
Drake's take on a few things is controversial. I would hate to be
Okay.
a fly in the wall whenever Florida won their championship.
Or lost. I'm surprised he did not become somewhat of an alcoholic last year during the Braves season because it was rough.
It was bad. All right, I'm going to finish up my bullpen.
Okay.
I'm taking Juan Murillo
Yep.
from the Diamondbacks.
Not a lot of Diamondbacks popped off the list, but he was definitely the top.
There is one other Diamondback that'll pop off the list that I'm looking at for a different position.
Okay. Yeah, but Juan Murillo, again, a guy that was high in holds. ERA was nice. I mean, just a solid member of your bullpen. So
Yes.
good one there. Okay. All right. So I got to go second base or first base. I'm sorry. I have Murakami at DH, so I could technically throw him in the first base slot and go with a different DH.
Or third base. He plays third base as well.
I already have Jung though at third base. So really it comes down to, do I want a certain DH or do I want a young up and comer? Because also obviously you're building a team.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about just the season. You want to build for the future. So
exactly.
I thought about going down back to the ATL for the first base, but honestly, I'm going to go. I know you hate the other side of New York, but I'm going to go Ben Rice from the Yankees.
Obvious pick there. What? Yeah. I mean, come on, you had to take him.
I mean, there are some other decent first base candidates, but I just think he's a pretty good package all the way around. And like I said, he's got the benefit of youth on his side as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so Calgary. Who's the next outlaw?
Based on the year that he's had so far and his marketability, I'm going to go Mike Trout.
Oh. Wow, you just tore his hamstring.
He's been healthy so far this year. Multiple-time MVP, Hall of Famer.
Oh, look, if he ever had an entirely healthy season, he may have been the greatest player of all time.
There's a good chance.
I mean, he still might end up.
People could say. I mean, people could have said the same thing about David Wright before he got spinal stenosis, but you know.
Yeah, but I mean, no, he's literally the definition of a guy. He's not that I want to, but he's Derrick Rose. He's Gale Sayers, to put it in Chicago. He's that guy that, like, it just by no fault of his own, just the injuries it's almost like the Christian McCaffrey. Like, you just expect it. Like, when's it going to happen?
Yep. And but last year, it did happen last year.
And so far this year, he has been on a tear, and it has not happened. I mean, which is awesome for him and for the game of baseball.
Yes.
So you have him. Is he playing center for you?
Yes, center field.
Okay.
So I need a starting pitcher, first base, third base, right field, DH.
Okay, so I'm going to go starting pitcher. I just can't pull the trigger on this guy. I just can't. He's a member of the Brew Crew, and I wrote him down. And
is it Jacob Misiorowski?
I threw up a little bit writing it down earlier today, so I can't pick it. So I'm going to pivot and go to a less toxic option. Just because, again, the season he's having, the numbers he's putting up so far, I know he's a little quiet, and the team he's on has been a grease fire so far. But I'm going to Queens. Pulling the trigger on Clay Holmes.
Oh, okay. You can have Clay Holmes. I thought you were going after someone else I was wanting. You can have Clay Holmes.
If you look at his stats, Clay Holmes has been solid despite. Now, don't look at his win-loss record. I as far as a starting pitcher, I don't look at their win-loss record because a lot of shit happens around them that they don't control.
Mm-hmm.
What does their ERA look like? What are all their different stats look like?
What's ERA? What's their opponent batting average? What does their innings pitched look like? Can they go deep into a game?
So I mean, Holmes checks all those boxes. I think you put him on a better performing franchise. I'm not going to say a better franchise, a better performing franchise. Because right now, I mean, the Mets, if you look on paper, the Mets should be one of the best teams in the league. Just like the Braves last year, they're just not performing the way you expect. So
No,
I think a change of scenery helps Clay Holmes out.
I mean he's going to opt out at the end of the year from the Mets anyways. He has an opt out clause, but
So my rotation is now set.
all right,
At least the top three.
yeah. All right, I think I'm going to go DH here.
Okay.
Kyle Schwarber.
Let's see. I thought about
16 home runs. 16 home runs at May 12th.
Yeah.
Come on. He's going to get the 500 home runs. He's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Schwarber is... if you ever looked at in the Webster's Dictionary the term boom or bust, the picture next to it is Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah.
There is no in between. He's not hitting for average, okay?
No, it's not going to be Kyle Schwarber as a catcher either, because that man cannot field. His only good thing is his bat.
Look, even the run to the World Series and after, at his absolute hottest in Chicago, he was a liability in left field. Okay.
Think about it. You're so bad as a catcher, they move you to the outfield. And then you're so bad in the outfield, you get traded to the Nationals. You still semi-played left field there. And then the Nationals trade you to the Red Sox, and the Red Sox are like, hey, we like our DH. We want you to play, so we're going to stick you in first base, a position you've never played before in the playoffs.
And then the heavens opened up, and Major League Baseball changed the DH rule, and you're set now.
Yeah, Philadelphia said, here's a lot of money for the rest of your career.
And hey, I mean, honestly, there's not a better guy to have. I mean, as the anchor of your lineup, again, because 16 home runs already at this point in the season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, that was my battle internally of, do I move Murakami to first base and go Schwarber, but instead I'll take Ben Rice, keep Murakami as DH, and then you can go off. So that's a hell of a pick. I like that one. All right, so I need both relievers, closer, catcher, left field. Just start going a little bit quicker now. I hate the city. We've established that. You hate the city. But it's hard to argue with the results out in left field in the city of brotherly love. Brandon Marsh, left field. I'll take him. I mean, he's the most palatable option from that horrible city. So
that's saying it lightly.
Okay, so next step for you.
First base for me, I'm going to take Jonathan Aranda from Tampa Bay Rays.
Oh, okay. Not Olsen.
No. We don't touch that.
I understand. That's why I didn't go with Mizorowski. So,
but Jonathan Aranda, 8 home runs, 32 ribbies, batting .277. He had he batted .316 last year, batted .277 now. The Rays, Rays are one of those organizations where you see a player hit for high average, he's probably going to do good elsewhere.
Okay. All right, so I need a closer. I'm gonna piggyback off your time down there in Tampa Bay. I'm gonna go with the closer for the Rays, Brian Baker.
Yeah, that's just a great team to pick off of.
Since I couldn't have Mason Miller, I'll go with Baker. So, Dusty's son.
Yeah. You know what? I might pivot here and do something crazy.
Okay.
I'm thinking about moving Schwarber to right field.
Oh, okay. You're just hoping nobody hits it out there ever.
we're going to have a short porch in right field. I'm going to go with Ildemaro Vargas for DH.
Oh, okay.
From the Diamondbacks. This man is having a crazy, crazy year. Let me load up his stats really quick. He's batting .331, 6 homers, 24 ribbies. He's a journeyman that's having a breakout year this year.
But you sacrifice 1/3 of your outfield.
I have Trout. Hopefully Trout don't get hurt.
He's going to pull a hammy running down balls in right field. Okay. I mean, that's aggressive. I'll definitely tell you that. And hey, you do get Vargas out of the deal, so
Exactly. But also, if someone needs a day off, Vargas utility man, he can play first or second and third too. But he's not eligible for third base because I have him in fantasy. I can't have him in third base. But how we do it is that if they play this position this year, by the way.
right.
So
you took my first pick at catcher, so I need somebody behind the plate, somebody to handle this pitching staff. So what would you say if I went back to the north side and took Moises Ballesteros?
got potential there to build a good catcher, but right now, he's something. He had
I'm
a
not
hit.
taking him. I just want to know what you thought if I did.
Oh, I'll call you a homer.
No, I'm going with the guy that coming off his run in the postseason last year and his all season last year, and what he is a little bit of a slower start this year, but dump truck.
No, Nick, he hasn't had a hit in 9 games right now.
Doesn't matter.
It's comparison to Chris Davis.
He's due. He's due.
Chris Davis, the infamous Oriole that didn't do shit after his contract extension. No way, no how.
Wait. So just because I knew this reaction would happen, what I have written down is Moises Ballesteros. I wanted to see and you didn't disappoint because I kind of figured that would be your reaction. I didn't know you'd go full Chris Davis. I didn't think you'd do that callback, but
it's literally the same shit.
For a guy that was on such a ridiculous run last year,
60.
Honestly, to put this in perspective, it's like Jake Arrieta. Jake Arrieta, for a brief moment in time, was Babe Ruth reincarnate. He was the greatest pitcher in the history of baseball for a few months. And then whatever the hell happened, I don't know what, he fell off the face of it. That's what happened to Cam Raleigh.
He signed an extension. That's what happened to him.
He, the Albert Hainsworth of Major League Baseball, I don't know. He
went to Philadelphia, right? He left you guys when to go to Philadelphia?
Who?
Arrieta.
Was it Philly? Yeah, I think it was Philly.
Yeah, because I was like, shit, and then he turned out to be shit. So I was fine with it. I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, that was... And honestly, he was good leading up to 2016. 2016, he was unhittable. Literally, 2 perfect games in the stretch of a few weeks.
That was no hitters.
Was it no hitter? Whatever.
Yeah.
2 ridiculous outings in the stretch of a couple weeks.
It's crazy.
Okay, so I got 2 picks left for each team. Who you got?
Starting pitching. I'm looking at finishing up my rotation. There's a certain guy I'm looking at, but I don't know if I want to go him.
There's a guy you got to go with. I mean, he's calling your name. You need a little Far East flavor.
I'm going. I think I'm gonna go with my favorite pitcher on the Mets right now, Nolan McLean.
Wow. Okay.
He has a 1-2 record. Don't care about that. 57 strikeouts, 278 ERA. 278 ERA.
So, no, neither one of us want Mizorowski.
Nope.
And the other one could have went Shota. Stats wise, Shota's there. I'm just saying.
I want Nolan McLean.
Okay, I get it. I get it. I'm not down on that pick. I get it.
Well, I know you're not doubting that pick.
All right, so I need 2 relievers. That's my last 2 spots. I got to shore up my bullpen. I'm going to go to Major League, baby. Cleveland City of Lights, City of Magic. Eric Sabrowski is going to be my first guy out of the bullpen.
All right. Can't go wrong with that. Trying to figure out my last player.
Your final pick in the 2026 expansion draft, Calgary Outlaws select.
Yeah, that's the fun thing, trying to find who to select. Because the obvious pick, if we're going based off of anything, is Jose Ramirez, but that man is batting in the low 200s right now.
Wait, what position do you have left to fill?
Third base.
Third base. Okay. I mean, if you look at just pure stats, there's a guy out west that's killing it right now.
I think I got to go him. I think I'm going to go Max Muncy.
Yep. I mean, I went with Young just because of a few other things, but Muncy was my second guy on the list. And he's stats wise. I mean, if you're going just based off performance so far this year, I mean, he's right up there.
And Muncy's known to play other positions. I love some versatility.
Yeah, definitely. So that's a hell of a final pick. Nice way to round out the roster. All right, so I need another reliever. As we have established earlier, some people who are looking at this may think somebody like Graham Ashcraft from Cincinnati, but leads the league in holds, but his ERA is like a 5.6.
Yeah, it's like 5.44. Oh my god, yeah. High.
Yeah.
If your ERA as a relief pitcher is is like higher than 3.5, oh my gosh, like I don't know if I want you.
So I started it. Actually, my second pick was a guy from a team I never thought I'd pick from, the Chicago White Sox. My last pick is going to be a guy from a team that I never thought I'd pick from, just based on spite. And that I got to go to the most boring city in all of the United States.
St. Louis?
City of St. Louis. Going to go Jojo Romero as my
Jojo Romero. Yeah, he's having a really good year.
As my final reliever. So we've I think pretty solid rosters. I know we'll post these on the social media. We'll post these out, especially on Facebook. We'll get these rosters out so everybody can kind of see them and recap it a little bit better. But you know, I'm happy with my team. I'm sure you're happy with yours.
I'm fine with it. I got Jacob deGrom and Nolan McLean. I have some people that can sell some tickets. I have some people that can play some baseball. That's all I would want.
So you got your Canadian Mets going, all right?
Oh, shut up! I want fans in the stands, and I want some good baseball being played.
Yeah, that's what we're doing in Mexico City. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah,
you can already hear the fans. Chupa, chupa,
yeah,
chupa.
Okay.
Actually, it'll be half the stadium is saying chupa, the other half is saying cabra. Chup and back and forth. Just back.
Oh, is it kind of like is like the Penn State chant? Blue, white.
It's more like ILLINI.
No one's ever heard of that shit.
But hey, we've finished the expansion draft, and it just because of our great behind the scenes producer, Mr. Rufino Ramos, came up with this idea. It's such a streamlined transition into what we all have come to recognize as the greatest segment in all of sports talk, podcasting, radio, whatever you want to call it. And that segment is the one and only
Gimme 5.
Self high five.
That's right. It is time for Gimme 5, and you cooked up this way to piggyback off of expansion, and I'll let you explain it to the listener.
Yes. So normally with us doing a Gimme 5, we keep it pretty basic, like five players that you'd have in your team right now, 5 jerseys that are your favorite, all this, that, and the other. This one's a bit unique. 5 cities that you would not expand to that are league specific.
And if you have followed the show or listened to the show at all, you know that we have a pretty specific setup for Gimme 5, and then we tend to take it off the rails a little bit. So somebody always goes sideways somewhere. And I am going to start off Gimme 5 since you started off the expansion draft, and I'm going to go sideways right off the bat. So I didn't go city specific, and I'll tell you why. I went to the NFL, National Football League. I'm a National Football League guy through and through. That's my football first, always. Hockey's right there, but football first for now. And I went non-North America. I don't want expansion anywhere outside of North America. If you want to put a team in Canada, fine. You want to put a team in Mexico, fine. Don't give me this
That's not even North
bullshit.
America.
It is.
It's Central America.
Mexico is still North America.
All right, whatever.
South America and Central America are a little bit. But still, either way, you can keep it on this continent, okay? North of the Panama Canal.
Okay.
I don't want England. I don't want Dublin. Don't want Melbourne. I don't want Japan. I want all fantastic countries and cities, fantastic places to visit. I don't want NFL football there.
I agree. I would go as far as saying no Hawaii, because that's a 6-hour difference from California.
Yeah, I don't want anything that's going to fundamentally change the game. Okay, I'm fine with doing it a couple times a year and going over there and building the fan base. I'm all for that.
I'm not.
I would rather you did it as preseason games.
Mm-hmm.
That way you get it out of the way, and the American NFL fans can get ready for the season. All that. I would much rather. But if you're going to insist on doing international play, then either do it all the same week. Like, hey, week 1 or week 2 is all going to be international. Everybody's going to be international.
You know what? I want to fucking rant about something. Why is game 1 of week 1 in Australia?
That's what I'm talking about. I like the idea of international play to build the game, but do it for every team and do it in the same week. It gives that way you can build college football, high schools, whatever you got to do to use your NFL stadium. But it gives everybody the same level playing field. Everybody's traveling that week. Everybody's going to be jet lagged. Everybody's going to be, as opposed to having to figure out these weird ass buys. Somebody get to buy at week 4 because they have to go to an international game the week before. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. So, yeah, number 5 for me, anything outside of North America for the NFL is a no-go.
Yeah. Anything that's outside of North America and off of the California coast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say New Orleans for baseball.
Oh, okay.
They had the New Orleans Zephyrs and they had the Baby Cakes, 2 different minor league teams. There is no longer a minor league team in New Orleans. Before the Saints were good, they were called the Aints, and they had nobody in the stands. The New Orleans Pelicans, they're already looking to get moved out of New Orleans because of how bad their attendance is. I don't even want to think about how bad it would be with 81 baseball games.
Yeah, New Orleans is like Las Vegas to me, with the exception of maybe the Saints. The Saints have built a loyal fan base, not a big fan base, but a loyal fan base. But outside of the Saints, nobody cares about pro sports in New Orleans.
No,
they just don't.
No.
You have LSU and the Saints. Those are the 2 things.
It's a party town.
Yeah, it's a destination town. It just doesn't work. And like you said, to your point, before they were good, nobody gave a damn about the Saints.
They were wearing brown bags that said Aints, sell the team. Like, come on.
For years.
Yeah, literally. Drew Brees saved it all.
So, yeah, he did. So, in the pre-show, we were talking about this, and I kind of threw out that one of my picks was going to be one that kind of went against the grain a little bit, because you would think the opposite of what I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't need the congestion there. And I'll tell you what I'm going NBA and the Steel City of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You would think Pittsburgh, because they have the NHL, they have Major League Baseball, they have the NFL, why not throw in a black and yellow basketball team to round out the full roster of pro sports teams? But we don't need another NBA team in the Northeast. We don't. If you're going to expand in the NBA, start going a little bit more south, and especially central United States. There's no pro sports.
Central United States is such an untapped market for any sports. But, like, you have Kansas City, that's the only one. Yes, St. Louis, but, like, St. Louis lost an NFL team. How bad do you have to be as a market to lose an NFL team?
I mean, you have the Blues, which are have been there forever. I mean, that St. Louis has kind of redeemed themselves a little bit with the Battlehawks and the UFL and kind of the attendance that they blow the rest of the UFL away in attendance.
They do.
So maybe they could get an NFL team back there. But again, for basketball especially, we need some more teams in Middle America.
Yeah, you're right. Because it's all like, literally, it's East and West for a reason.
Yep. Yeah. All right, number 4 for you.
Number 4 for me, I'm going to, there was a reason why they had to relocate. The Rams.
Okay.
St. Louis for NFL. People want to cry, say give us expansion for the NFL. But first off, the NFL is never going to expand. I mean, if you expand, you'd have to give, 4 teams altogether, make it even, almost? And...
No, if you expanded, you'd have to expand to 8 teams unless you were going to redo the divisions.
Yeah, exactly. And come on, you're literally adding almost 500 players at that point.
Essentially, you would be absorbing the UFL.
Yeah,
you'd be doing.
And the UFL, Dorian Thompson-Robinson is a starting quarterback in the UFL. Nick, I don't watch UFL. I normally don't see UFL highlights. But if I see UFL highlights, it's either something good or something really bad. And it was a lot of bad with Dorian Thompson-Robinson highlights.
That is the one thing about expanding the NFL is finding quality quarterback play and finding legitimate offensive line.
And just not even that, just quality play. If we saw how bad the Jets were last year, if it wasn't in a market like New York, the Titans 2 years ago, their Week 17 game, their last home game 2 years ago before they drafted Cam Ward, literally the smallest attendance in Titans history with not even 1,200 fans there.
Yeah. That's expanding in the NFL is always going to be tough, always. Okay, so number 3 for me, and this one again, kind of like my fifth one. I went a little sideways. I apologize, and I'll start with the entire state of Florida.
There's one sport only.
For
anything.
I said any.
Yeah, because you look at attendance for Miami Heat games, they're awful. Nobody shows up until about halftime because it's just a party city. No one cares.
I get that Florida is attractive because it's warm weather and people go there on vacation. But people don't go there on vacation to go to a Marlins game. They go there on vacation to go to the beach, to go to Disney World, to go to whatever.
Yeah. So, the Dolphins are only popular because they've been there since forever now.
And Tampa Bay is only popular now because they got really good.
Yeah.
Both the Lightning and the Bucks.
Yeah.
Florida Panthers, I guarantee you, Florida Panthers start losing and fall off the face of the earth. Nobody's going to give a shit.
Are they in Miami too?
No, they're on the Atlantic coast.
Okay.
So, it's going to bother me now. Okay. But Florida. Okay, look, Florida has enough teams. The Orlando Magic are another example of nobody cares. Nobody goes to their games. Even when they're great, nobody goes to their games.
No one goes to the Magic games. No one goes to Marlins games. The only people that go, the only time Miami Marlins Stadium is packed is World Baseball Classic.
Right. Same thing with Tampa, with the Rays, the Devils, or the Rays, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, the Rays, the attendance is so bad. They literally closed off the 300s.
Outside of Florida State and the Florida Gators, no one, and the Miami Hurricanes, no one goes to goes to football, especially.
No,
but
and is I'm curious for Jacksonville's attendance this year. They're going to play in Orlando.
Yeah. So, the state of Florida, it's time to move those opportunities for expansion to other areas of the United States.
Like Orlando's always like, "Oh, give us a baseball team." No.
Why?
Why? You don't need
Yeah.
baseball. Baseball is the last sport Florida
I would
would
rather
need.
put another team in Texas for the major sports than I would put it in Florida.
Yes, because people care about sports in Texas.
But I'd also like to see some expansion to like Mexico, Canada, or, the entire central United States.
Or if baseball, give us a team in Carolina. I mean, obviously, we already know Nashville's going to be a shoe-in for a team, yada yada. We've talked about Nashville getting a team until literally it's a dead horse right now. The horse is dead, it's buried. It's 30 feet under with how much we've talked about Nashville getting a team. But that was number 4 for you, right?
That was the 3.
Number 3. Okay. Number 3 for me. I'm going north of the border here. People were clamoring for this team to get resurrected by Major League Baseball. There was an idea of the Tampa Bay Rays literally doing a split season in each city, which, come on. People were thinking that was even a possible idea. No. The city of Montreal, you do not need a team. They're clamoring, saying, "Oh, give us another chance." You had your one chance. You had expanded, literally. Like you've been around for forever. Come on.
I don't mind rewarding a city or giving them a second chance when it was a greedy owner that took the team out.
Yeah, like Seattle.
Not when-
Seattle
yeah.
Seahawks, Supersonics.
Like Baltimore getting the Ravens because of what Modell did with
Yes.
the Colts and all that. I'm fine with all of that.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't want to do is reward a city for incompetence and not support. Like, I'm sorry, you had the Montreal Expos. They were good at one time, and then they were bad. So bad ownership, whatever. But you didn't support your team.
No.
So why would they give it back to you?
Exactly.
So I mean, but look, you can say whatever you want about the Cubs, the Mets, the Braves, the Yankees. Even when their teams are bad, the stadium's sold out.
Mhm.
Fans continue to go to the games. It's a lifestyle. It's not a it's what can we do tonight? Oh, I don't know. Why don't we go catch an Expos game? No.
No.
It's we're going. If you're a fan, you're a fan. And so Montreal had its chance.
Yeah.
And that's going to start to be a theme towards the top of this
Mhm.
list for both of us.
Yep. Number 3 for you. Oh wait, no.
Number-
Number 2.
Yeah, number 2 for me. Off that same vein, this team or this city has had 2 shots at the NFL with the same damn team. Oakland, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Oakland in the NFL, no more. And I know my son-in-law's dad is a huge Raiders fan. The fact that they're from Oakland, they're from the Bay Area. It's going to bother him that I'm saying Oakland should never get a shot, but Oakland's had 2 shots. Okay, and they screwed it up both times.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of that could be with Al Davis and how the government in Oakland and kind of the clashes there. But either way, the city has had 2 shots at the Raiders, and they've lost them both times.
We could just say Oakland in general. They lost the Raiders, Athletics, and the Warriors don't play there anymore.
Yeah, technically, the Warriors are more San Francisco than they are.
Yeah, that's their state. Oracle Arena is in San Francisco.
Yeah. So, Oakland, there's no real great selling point to Oakland that says, hey, we have to put a team there.
No, there's not. Oakland's not a good city to be in.
It's kind of the Philadelphia of the West Coast.
Woo! But all right, number 2 for me.
Yeah.
I'm saying these next 2 are same sport. Phoenix for NHL.
Okay. Well, Go ahead.
They couldn't pack a college arena that would hold, I think, 7,000 fans. They were struggling to bring in 2,000 fans consistently. NHL said no more of that, and they moved them to Utah.
I'm going to piggyback off it. First of all, Phoenix was an expansion team that moved. It was another franchise that moved to Phoenix.
What team moved? What team was that? Was that the Whalers?
It's either the Whalers or the Nordiques. I think it was the Whalers. I think the Nordiques became the Avalanche.
No, the Whalers came to Avalanche because they have the logo. Okay.
So the Nordiques became Arizona.
Yes.
So, or Phoenix, then Arizona. But let me just backtrack because that's my number 1. okay, is
Mhm.
Phoenix for the NHL. So let me just backdrop for you. Their stadium that they were in, their pro stadium, is in a parking lot shared with the Arizona Cardinal Stadium.
Mhm.
Both stadiums are beautiful, absolutely state of the art. They are what started the idea of two stadiums sharing a parking lot, but also sharing an entire experience. There are hotels, there are restaurants, bars, movie theaters, everything in between both stadiums. You never have to leave the parking lot, and you can do all of this stuff. And it's gigantic. But the ownership for the Arizona Coyotes was so bad and their roster moves were so terrible. They drove that team into literally, it wasn't even funny to laugh at them anymore. Like it was just sad. So their attendance dwindled to the point where the ownership for the stadium was like, hey, you guys aren't even coming close to reaching your end of the agreement.
No.
Like no one is coming to these games. We're not making any money. You're in violation of the lease that we've signed. So we're kicking you out. That never happens.
No.
Pro
No.
sports franchises do not get kicked out of their own stadium.
That is stuff you would hear from in like fictional movies.
Yeah, that's like the setup for Major League 4.
Yeah, exactly.
So they get kicked out of their stadium and they have to scramble. So like you hinted towards, they reach an agreement with Arizona State University to use their hockey basketball complex. Holds about 7,000 people, which is a third of what an NHL stadium holds.
Yeah, because Bridgestone holds 17,000.
So yeah, about a third, maybe a little bit more than a third of a stadium.
10,000 less
And-
people.
And they couldn't even come close to filling it. Like
No.
they on a good night with a good opponent coming in, like a Chicago or a Boston or a big name franchise that has a fan base that travels, they might get half of that filled.
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
Mhm.
Phoenix somehow, despite all of that incompetence, has wormed their way back into the conversation for a potential expansion in the NHL.
So has my number one, Nick.
Oh, I know, and I know who it's going to be, and I fire away because it's
Atlanta for NHL. Look, I love how that. Look, first off, what the NHL does with expansion. Well, it's not even expansion; it's just relocation. They had the Flames. They said, you know what? You're not working here in Atlanta. You're going to Canada. They had the Thrashers. What even? They're the Jets now, right?
Well, it was the Winnipeg Jets who became the Atlanta Thrashers, who then went back to Winnipeg.
So you left the city as defunct to go to Atlanta to play in the Phillips Arena, nice arena. I think that's the State Farm Arena now. I'm not too sure. I'm not
It might be, yeah.
I'm not in Atlanta too often. I try not to be. My skin will burn off. And then you get the Thrashers. They were there for about what, 7 seasons? 8 seasons?
Something like that, yeah.
They weren't there long. And then they go, you know what? Timeshare here is up. Time to go back. I've recently watched a video, someone talking about all of their draft moves and all their front office moves. They had one good player, and that was Kovalchuk. That was it.
Look. It's literally the definition of the grass isn't always greener on the other side. You're in Winnipeg, be like, you know what? It ain't working here. Let's change things up a little bit. We're going to go down south to Atlanta. Then it's like 7 years later, you're like, holy shit. We're going back to Winnipeg.
Now
You know what? You guys can keep your sunshine and warmth, and we're going back to 7 feet of snow and negative 19 in the winter.
Now
That's how bad it was in Atlanta.
Now the logo, the colors were nice. I was down for it. The Thrashers were cool. I remember as a kid going to Six Flags in Marietta, and they had some Thrasher stuff there. Like they had like official like amusement park of the Thrashers. It was that. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And I'll never forget like asking Dad. Asking my dad. I was like, Dad, like how good are the Thrashers? He goes, no, they're not good. And that's my dad, who does not follow a lick of hockey. And
yeah.
And then for them to relocate back to Canada, like, come on.
So in Atlanta, because you want to expand, you also got to take into account the city, the surrounding. Okay, in Atlanta, you have the Falcons, pretty good fan base.
Mhm.
Even when they're not very good, they still have a pretty good following. Braves, okay, look, obviously they have a legitimate fan base. Much as we don't like the Braves, much as, we would like to give Drake shit, Atlanta Braves are synonymous with Major League Baseball, okay? After that, good luck. The Hawks,
I went to a basketball
Okay.
game with Griffin a few years ago in Atlanta, halfway filled.
yeah, I mean, okay. I would argue the most popular sport or team in Atlanta is the Georgia Bulldogs, and it's not even a pro sport.
No.
Now, I understand you can say that in some other states too, but if you're going to try to shoehorn in NHL, which already is kind of iffy if it's going to work in the South, NHL in Nashville, great. NHL in Carolina, fantastic. Atlanta, like you said, they've had 2 shots.
They're looking at a
Screwed it up both
third.
times.
They're looking at a third, and not only just a third. They're looking at a new arena. They're going
Yes,
to build it in Marietta near Truist Park.
If you were so hell bent on putting an NHL team in the South again, I would much rather you give Mississippi a shot. We already said New Orleans is out.
No,
New Orleans is out.
Yeah,
Alabama, it ain't happening. Okay, it just isn't. Nothing against Alabama. Obviously, college sports fantastic. The cities just aren't big enough. Birmingham was their biggest city. It just isn't big enough
No.
for
like
pro
you
sports.
can't do Kentucky because Kentucky is a short drive to Nashville, and then you have
Kentucky's also in the middle of Nashville, Detroit, Columbus, and Chicago.
Yeah,
and St. Louis, really.
Yeah, literally. You
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
I mean, you can't put another team, and you can't put a team in Arkansas that's too close to St. Louis. And I wouldn't even know if Arkansas is interested. I mean, I saw Kansas City's interested. I saw Houston's interested.
Kansas City used to have minor league hockey. It might
Yes.
still have minor league hockey.
They have some sort of like fucking no-show hockey there.
I could see Kansas City or Oklahoma City just because I could see that. But yeah, I mean, like, just Atlanta is a no. Come on.
No, you're
Mhm.
wanting to build another state. You're wanting to build an arena that's going to take 2 years max to build, just for hockey. Why?
Right. And then 7 years later, they can move somewhere else.
When the lease is up, they'll be like, "Okay, lease is up. All right, we're out of here."
Yeah.
Quebec City, here we come. Here's another, whatever.
We're gonna be we're going back, or we're going to Hartford, or
Yeah, come on.
So I just, if of all the places you could expand in the NHL, let's just stay out of Atlanta.
Stay out of Atlanta. Stay out of Phoenix. Stay out of New Orleans. Stay out of Florida.
Which is, I think it's great that for a league that doesn't get as much talk as it should, we are very passionate about where they should not expand to.
Don't go to these cities.
Oh, well, and the final whistle means it's time to say goodnight. So, well, I'm pretty positive I know which team's not going to get your curtain call tonight, your send-off, sign-off. What's your sign-off going to be?
Well,
or is that your sign-off to sum up the Mets season?
well, look. The Celtics, I repped the Celtics last time. They got eliminated. I don't even know. I'm looking at my hat rack over here. Nothing. There's literally on my hat rack over here. There's nothing that screams positivity. It's an Expos hat, a Mets hat, and a Titans hat. Nothing.
So you need a Sounds hat.
It's in my car. You know what? I'm looking forward to hockey season whenever Smashville can get filled up again. Let's go Preds. October, come on and get here, baby.
Well, I have not given up on baseball season yet. So,
well, your team's not projected 100 losses, so pound sand.
Very true. Very true. So I'm gonna go Cubs Go. One of the greatest songs ever written.
No, it is not the greatest song ever written. It's not even close. It's not even the top 2 million songs. Maybe
it's better than Meet the Mets. So.
No, don't you dare! Don't you dare diminish a good song like that. Belittle a classic.
Okay. But that's our show for tonight. Two Faces made for radio, but here we are live on video. So I thought it went pretty well. Long show, but we always know the expansion draft episode is going to be a longer episode. So
buckle up. That's all you got to do. You're in for a ride.
Great first time testing the waters with the video. I think it's something of the next step of the evolution of the virtual press box. I think that's going to be very cool.
Completely agree.
Interested to see what jersey you're going to rep next week.
Hey, it's going to be like Woody Page on Around the Horn with all the different notes he would write in the background. It's going to be different jerseys.
Yeah, I might have to rep the aforementioned modern day Dirk Nowitzki jersey next week. Lowry Markkinen.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I actually have a Dirk Nowitzki jersey.
All right, man. Well, again, hell of a night. Great being back on with you and getting to talk sports, and looking forward to what we're going to talk about next week. So,
yes, sir.
Have a good one.
Have a good one. Watch some sports, everybody. Playoff sports are here. Come on.
Put it in the books.
So long, everybody.